Are hourly tuition sessions actually helping your child get ahead in GCSE Maths and Science? Or are they just creating a cycle of short-term progress and long-term gaps? Now, many parents believe that hourly tuition is the best way for their child when it comes to learning and tutoring. But what if I told you that it often leads to wasted time, wasted money, and a cycle of dependence on the tutor? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why traditional hourly tutoring fails, and I'll show a method that gets students prepared faster and is more efficient for their GCSEs. Hi there, my name is Sylvia Browne. I'm the lead tutor here at the Impact Academy. I have helped hundreds of students go from struggling to confidently securing top grades in their GCSE Maths and Science. And what I'm going to do in this video today is I'm going to break down the biggest problem with hourly tuition, and I'm going to show you the best method that works in 2025. All right, so let's talk then about why do parents choose hourly tuition? Why does it seem like a good idea? Well, it's because it's what we know. Hourly tuition has been going since forever, and it seems flexible. It seems convenient and cost effective. So a lot of parents typically tend to choose for that option. But there are some hidden flaws, though, with hourly tuition. The first flaw is that it creates what I call false progress. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, here's the thing. The tutor has 1 hour a week to tutor that child and help that child make progress. So inevitably, what do? Well, they look at what the child is learning at school as much as possible, and that's what they cover in their lesson. And then fast forward several weeks later, that child makes progress. That child does well and they make progress, which is fantastic. But what's happened is that they've made progress in that topic that they're covering at school. What about the other 15 topics of the curriculum or the other 15 units from the curriculum that they need? And so this kind of progress is really just a short-term progress. It's progress at a point rather than the overall progress. And it kind of gives us a little boost and we think, okay, we've making progress, but we've really only made progress on one thing. Now, once the child moves to the next topic at school, they're back to square one and they need to rely on the teacher all over again to help them make more progress. And that leads to number 2, what I call that cycle of dependency. So that cycle of dependency on the tutor, where they kind of need to be constantly with the tutor all the time to help them develop that progress, get a bit of confidence boost, a bit of improvement in the topic, and they feel like, okay, I'm good, I am doing well. Now, this leads to a third hidden flaw in hourly sessions, and that is knowledge gaps, right? So when you're just focusing on one topic at a time, you are essentially ignoring all the other topics, but not just topics, the key things that's needed. So in maths and science, for instance, you're talking about exam practice. In science, you're talking about those experimental techniques, knowing exactly how you need to study for those experimental techniques and what are the ways that the examiners can trip you and so on and so forth, right? So they're not just missing gaps in topics that they need to know, but all the key things that they need to know in their exams. So because they don't have things in place like structured revision plan, tailored resources, what happens then is the students do end up forgetting what they've covered months ago, and that really leads to that patchy understanding and lack of memory retention. Now, here's the big thing that parents do not think about when they opt for hourly tuition alone. Is that actually as a parent, you end up spending more money in the long run, because that tutoring, the reason why you're doing tutoring all the time, like consistently, continuously, is because that model is really based on that dependency of the tutor. Tutor helps the child make progress in what they're learning at school, initial boost in confidence, fantastic. Now they need to rely on the tutor all over again. It's really like filling up a bucket with holes. If you're only patching up one hole at a time, then the water, the knowledge will still keep leaking out. So these are the key hidden flaws with hourly tutoring session. So what's the smarter alternative? What works best in 2025? You might be asking right now. A few key things. Number one, fully covering the curriculum. So really not just one topic at a time. So having a system and a structure where instead of just covering the topics that they're covering at school, they cover the entire GCSE curriculum, or at least the core essence of the GCSE curriculum, the key things that's really going to help them take them to that next level. And they do that in a short space of time. So not just one topic at a time. The second thing that works best in 2025 in terms of hourly tutoring is independence and self-sufficient learning rather than dependency. So when a child have, say, an entire library of resources, videos, lesson notes that they have access to, it means that they can revisit the different content whenever it's best suitable for them, whenever it's easiest for them. They can easily look back at those other content. And what that means is that they're not just focusing on one topic or one content, they're focusing on other things. And it means that they're less likely to then forget the other topics. So they can access these topics at their fingertips whenever they want, leading to that long-term retention rather than just focusing on a topic bit by bit. Lastly, one-on-one tutor support anytime. So in terms of the support that the students normally get with hourly tutoring sessions, it's in-class support. It's ask them a question and that is it. And maybe if you're lucky and that tutor or teacher doesn't have a next class, they might say, oh, I've got 5 minutes. You can stay back and ask me some question. But what works better in 2025 is a system where that support is not just limited to in class, where students are able to ask questions anytime about anything. So whether they are in class, in the school, they don't understand it, they don't understand something, they can ask a question there and then, or they're trying to go through exam paper questions, or they're trying to do homework, they don't understand it, they can have that added support, the additional support beyond just in-class support. And this is fantastic because not only does it accelerate progress, it also increases that independent skills. They're thinking for themselves, they're taking time out, they're doing a little bit of self-study. And within STEM, within the maths and sciences, that independent skills is super essential for success. Now, these 3 things that I've just mentioned, not just one topic at a time, independence, and one-on-one tutor support anytime. These are some key things that we have inside of our GCSE Mastery Programme, and that is a program where we help students to get grade 7 to 9 in GCSE Maths and Science. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to find out a bit more about that program. So what does all of this mean for your child then, this change in terms of what works best in 2025? What does that mean for your child? Well, it means one, no more wasted time. So every session, so the way the program is structured, really contributes to building that long-term knowledge rather than just short-term wins. Remember what I said earlier, the way hourly tuition is, it's really just short-term wins. So you're not actually wasting your time, you're building your long-term knowledge. Also, no more last-minute panic. So by having that structured ongoing revision and resources, it really keeps students ahead of everyone else. And it means that they're not relying on cramming in the final weeks because they have all of the resources available at their fingertips. And thirdly, no more wasted money. So instead of spending year after year after year on hourly session, our program ensures that our students gain a very deep understanding of the curriculum within a few weeks rather than a few years. So within months rather than years. So if you want your child to be fully prepared for their GCSE exams without ineffective tutoring sessions and false progress, then our program might be for you. You can get access to the full Elite GCSE Mastery Programme in the description below. So the goal of this program is to help students achieve grades 7 to 9 in GCSE Maths and Science and secure a bright STEM future. So no matter where they are, so if they're grade 4, they're grade 5, and their goal is to achieve grade 7 to 9, they might be in year 9, year 10, or year 11, then this program could be suited for them. So check the description down below to find out more about the program, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.